Rúben Amorim loves one thing more than anything else in football. No, it's not a striker, not a big signing, not even possession stats. It's his formation, the 3-4-3. 3 center backs, wing backs flying, midfield grinding, 2 creators, and a lone striker to finish the job. It's the system he rode to glory at Sporting Lisbon. It's the system that got him employed at United. It's the system he has worn through his last 16 wins, 12 draws, and 17 losses at Manchester United. And it's the system he refuses to let go of.
I'm always honest with you guys. I'm always open. If the board and the fans feel that I'm not the right guy, I will go in the next day without any conversation about compensation. But I will not quit again. I'm really confident on my job. And as you can see, I will not change nothing in the way I do things.
But here's the cliffhanger. Can Amorim's system survive the Premier League, or will his stubbornness burn him before Christmas? Let's talk about why managers fall in love with systems. For them, tactics are like religion. You believe, you commit, and you don't bend. Amorim walked into Old Trafford with his Bible in hand. 3-4-3, no compromise. He set it down like a priest laying scripture at the altar. And for a while, fans thought, maybe this is what we've been missing. Maybe structure is the cure for chaos. But football, like life, doesn't always respect rigid plans. Take United's match against Grimsby in the Cup. Grimsby came with 1 striker up top. Just 1. And yet Amorim still rolled out 3 center backs as if Holland, Isaac, and Sulla were standing there together. It was like sending 3 security guards to watch over an empty door. Overkill, a waste of resources. And when your midfield and attack are already under pressure, you can't afford to waste pieces on the wrong part of the chessboard. This is where flexibility matters. Great coaches bend without breaking. Pep Guardiola doesn't just play one way. Sometimes he packs the midfield with 5 players. Sometimes he leaves the wingers hugging the touchline. Sometimes he even throws a center back into midfield. Jurgen Klopp evolved Liverpool from heavy metal pressing into a more controlled orchestra. And Arne Slot has brought Liverpool freshness by blending pressing with possession play, adapting to the strengths of Wirtz and Sulla. Carlo Ancelotti at Madrid? People called him the manager of players, not systems. He bends to what his stars can give him, not the other way around. And he isn't alone. Xabi Alonso transformed Leverkusen and now Real Madrid with tactical shifts that suit each opponent, moving between back 3s and back 4s with ease. Mikel Arteta has shaped Arsenal into a pressing machine, but isn't afraid to tweak formations mid-game to protect leads. Luis Enrique at PSG, despite his philosophy, has experimented with shapes to maximize Dembele's freedom. Thomas Frank at Spurs has suddenly turned underdogs into contenders by constantly shifting tactics, depending on who he faces. And Enzo Maresca at Chelsea has already shown he's willing to reinvent patterns, mixing possession football with sudden direct bursts. The best managers today don't worship a single system. They worship solutions. But Amorim, he insists. He insists that if the system is right, the results will follow. That if you drill the shape long enough, the players will bend to it.
Feeling that is, we play better. We were the better team, but in the end we lose the game. But I'm really proud of the work that they put on the field, and that is important to move forward. We proved today that we can win any game in the Premier League, especially against a great team like Arsenal, and we were the better team. So I'm happy with the players.
Yet what happens when the players you have don't fit the puzzle? What happens when the players you have don't fit into your system? When your midfielders don't have the legs to run? When your midfield is patched together? When your defenders are stretched thin? When your opponent only plays one man up front? Fans can see it. The media can smell it. 3 at the back when it isn't needed? It leaves your midfield light. It exposes your flanks. And against teams that pack midfield bodies, United are already getting overrun. The irony? Amorim himself once admitted, years ago, that managers who cling to systems eventually get found out. He said the storm would come. And here we are.
6 months ago, in my first 3 games in charge, with 2 victories and 1 draw, I said to you, the storm is coming. Today, after this disaster season, I want to tell you The good days are coming.
That's the drama. Amorim has the tools. He has Bruno Fernandes, who thrives when given space to create. He has Mbeumo and Cunha buzzing with energy. He has Sesko, raw but could be dangerous. But when all of that is shackled by one rigid plan, the team becomes predictable. Opponents know where the passes will go. They know where the spaces will open. Football is chess, yes, but Amorim plays the same opening move every single time. Now, teams are saying it's easy to figure United out because really, it is easy. And fans are already asking the question, if Grimsby exposed Amorim's stubbornness, what happens when City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle, and the likes come knocking? What happens when Sulla and Ekitike, Haaland and Marmish, Pedro and Delap run into that back three? What happens when Aston Villa or Brighton press with numbers in midfield and leave Amorim's system gasping? The peak moment is this: Amorim isn't just fighting rival teams. He's fighting his own reflection. The question isn't whether United's players are good enough. It's whether their coach can adapt fast enough. History says the managers who bend survive, the ones who don't break. To think any coach at Manchester United would have a worse record than Ten Hag seemed unthinkable some months ago. So here's the final cliffhanger for you. Can Amorim throw away the script when it matters most? Can he set aside the 3-4-3 gospel and improvise like the managers he's competing with? Or will he march stubbornly into the storm with 3 center backs guarding 1 lonely striker and watch his season collapse because he refused to adapt? United fans, you tell me. While nobody should be asking for his sack at this point, should Amorim hold his ground, or should he bend before it's too late? Because sometimes in football, survival isn't about faith. It's about flexibility.